Hi, I'm Tony Preston here at the Accessory School of Massage, talking about governors and accessories again. If we take her and test her glute max range of motion here, this is a little bit short on this side. If I go over here and look at the other side, this is quite a bit shorter. This stops about here. Glute max and this fold here in the inguinal ligament and obliques is often controlled by the SI joint. When the ilium sits just a little bit anterior on the sacrum, it creates the need for protection of that joint and tightens down glute max and creates trigger points in the external obliques at the same time. So we're simply going to take her ilium a little posterior on her sacrum. My outside hand is up under her sacrum. My fingertips are on the lateral wing, and I'm simply stabilizing that sacrum, while my medial hand is pushing down on her ilium. That's just begun to give a little bit. So now the ilium is beginning to move back on the sacrum. It's still moving for me. It hasn't reached a good barrier yet. Now it's just reached a barrier. That ilium has quit moving posterior on the sacrum. It's just gone through that barrier, and now it's moving a little more posterior. This is a grade 1 mobilization. If you're not a massage therapist or a body worker, it's not appropriate for you to do this work. If you don't understand the appropriate contraindications and cautions, you could hurt someone. This ilium has gone through a couple of other barriers. The entire musculature on the back of that sacrum, the multifidi there, and that SI ligament have begun to soften. And now I just got a greater release on that. And there it goes. At this point, I get a little bit better range of motion. Let's do that at a speed that's more appropriate, and about right there is the end of her range of motion. This range of motion is still a little bit hard on the infeel, so I'm going to move that ilium back on the sacrum just a little bit more. I've also repositioned to be a little more solidly on the sacrum, more in the middle of the sacrum, along the second and third segment, instead of being so much along the first segment of the sacrum. Many people are ticklish or irritable here on the ASIS, so broad, gentle contact is important. Just there, she took a deeper breath, and this softened some. Now we got another breath from her. Still waiting on this. There it is. Okay, now let's look at this. And now I get a little better range of motion out of this glute max. I can improve its range of motion a little bit more by taking care of a couple of other governors. I'd like you to hold these knees together while I push out. And I'd like you to take them apart while I hold them in. And then hold them together again while I push out. This little pelvic spacing exercise goes through and opens the upper and lower portions of the SI joint, as well as taking care of joint displacement in the pubic symphysis. And now this whole leg just moves much more easily, and I can take it quite a bit further than I could before.